Oh, ouch. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you guys doing today? As you are coming in, put in the comments where you are watching from because I love this part. It is totally a global business all over the world. Good morning to you, Candace, or good evening, or good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. How are you doing today? So, today we're going to talk about to discover how to earn 100% profit from a done for you digital business. So, as you guys are coming in, share the live, like the live. Yes, help a sister or a brother out this morning or this evening. So, all right, if you guys got to get off of here at any time, just go make sure you get your blueprint, right? Discover how to earn 100% profit from a done for you digital business, and you can totally print your free blueprint out, or you can just look at it online. Now, if you have any questions, definitely put your questions in the comments because I'm going to be answering your questions live. Lady D Jones, what's happening? Good morning to you, or good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are at in the world. Um, so when it comes to discovering how to earn 100% profit, the first thing you have to know is what can I do to earn 100% profit, right? First of all, you have to have a business that is going to allow you to do that, right? And most businesses that people are used to, they're pretty much used to a brick and mortar business. And what I mean when I say a brick and mortar is like your McDonald's, your Starbucks, your Walmart, like all of those, they're like buildings, right? So it's brick, that's why they call it brick and mortar business. And so to earn 100% profit, you want to be able to do something that is already done for you. Yes, already done for you. So you don't have to try to figure it out. You don't have to make it up. You don't have to guess whether it's going to work or not. It's a proven system that people already use. And thank you, Zandra, for the follow. Look at you coming through for a sister. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, wait a minute. And if you guys are not following me, definitely be sure to follow me because in a couple of days, I'll be going on a 26-day bike ride. So I'll be going live from wherever I'm going to be at, right? I don't know where I'm going to be at. I don't know as the day go on, as the days go on. But so why would you want to start a digital business, right? Why would you want to have a business from home? If you are looking to have your time back and you want time to do the things that you enjoy doing, whether it's time for yourself, whether it's time for your family, one of the best ways to do that is by having a digital online business. Because let's face it, right? Everything is going digital. The world is going digital. I mean, it's going to come to a point that we're going to go to a store and there is nobody going to be in there, right? It's going to be like pretty much you go in, you pick your products, you scan it, and you out the door. And guess what? That's already happening in some places. Have y'all seen the daggone, I think it's like a Chick-fil-A robot thing that sends the food to you? No human being at all. It's just strictly digital, right? And same thing. And so if you want to be ahead of that curve, if you want to be on the winning side of making 100% profit from home, this is the time to do it, right? You don't want to wait till everybody has already done it and they'd have moved on to something else. And now you're like, hey, yes, now I'm interested. No, it doesn't work like that. Look at, oh my gosh, you want a good example? Look at, if you guys are old enough to remember, do you guys remember Blockbuster? Blockbuster was like the big movie thing in town, right? People would go there and they would get their VHS videos, their DVDs and things like that. And Netflix is trying to, work a deal with them. Blockbuster's like, nope, we ain't selling, we ain't doing anything. And guess what happened? They wound up filing bankruptcy. And now who's dominating? Netflix. See, Netflix had a vision. Netflix was like, you know what? Things are going to change. Things are going digital. And Blockbuster was like, nobody's going to be sitting at home watching movies, digitally. And guess what? They have. And so that's why I said it's important to have that done for you digital business that's already done for you. So you don't have to create the product. Right. All right. And so when you go to tashaelliott.com and you get your digital blueprint, right, you're going to get it through your email. But I'm also going to talk about one part, right? And this is for you beginners, right? And a lot of us are beginners. We all didn't just start with knowing everything about this digital marketing space, right? Like a lot of us are used to working for somebody else, punching in, having a time clock that we have to adjust to, and then going out and living our lives. And so if you are ready to do something different, to find a way that you can get your life back, get your time back, the best way again to do that is with a done for you digital business. And so even if you're an entrepreneur, if you're already an entrepreneur and you thought that, okay, now I'm an entrepreneur, now I can have my own time, but what you really have is golden handcuffs. Why do I call them golden handcuffs? Because you think that you have this freedom, but then you realize you are still trading time for dollars. Now you're trading even more time for dollars. So the time that you thought you was going to have to live your life, you don't really have it. How do I know that? Because I was guilty of that as well. So I'm not like saying like, oh yeah, I got no, it's like I experienced it and I know it. So it's like, because I used to do residential real estate, right? And so now I guess I would call this the digital real estate space, because when you put your digital videos out there, guess what? They don't go anywhere. They stay on there. What's up, Jen? How you guys doing? What's up, Craig? And so the very first step, right? It's going to go over this with you guys for a little bit. All right. You want to choose the right done for you business. That's on the second page, right? You want to choose the right done for you business because they are not all created equal. Oh my God, they're not, right? I've seen people that have these done for you businesses and they're paying thousands and thousands of dollars for a done for you business. And it's like, do you guys realize that my number one selling program is $900? Most people's cell phones cost more than $900. Most people televisions on their walls cost more than $900. So you can literally have a done for you business in a digital box that you can learn the skills to earn income from home. Can you imagine what $900 a day will do for you? That's $328,000 a year. Yes, because you're getting 100% profit. So that means if you start this business and you learn the skills to market yourself properly, in 3 years, you can be a self-made millionaire. Now, does your job guarantee you that? Probably not, right? Your job is not going to guarantee that you're going to be a multi-millionaire or a self-made millionaire. Dr. No Job, good morning to you, New York. New York in the house, coming through with the confetti. Thank you so much, Dr. No Job. Yes. Listen, when you guys come and y'all come to my lives frequently, guess what? I will shout you out. Dr. No Job has been a dedicated, motivated follower. Yes. And I appreciate you so much, Dr. No Job. Much love to you. Y'all send Dr. No Job some love in the chat this morning. All right. So when it comes to the done for you businesses, right? You want one that's going to offer high quality digital products, right? I'm talking about courses, templates, things that's going to help you excel in this digital marketing space, help you brand yourself. So you're not like everybody else that's out there marketing a digital program, right? And you want to have one that has a proven track record of sales. What do you mean when I say proven track record? Proven track record, a proven track record. I can't even say that right. A proven track record is evidence that says that this thing works, right? So we started this program and within 10 weeks, we made over $29 million. Guys, what? So this is showing you that it is a proven system. All you have to do is follow the steps, step by step. Like literally, you know how you had those paint by numbers when you were a kid? And if you didn't follow the directions, it did not look like the picture on the box because you tried to do your own thing. No, Braids by Stacey. What's happening, Braids by Stacey? And so when you follow the step-by-step system, the way it's supposed to be followed, guess what? You have no choice but to be successful. But sometimes we get in our own way. And it's okay because we all have our own learning curves. And it's okay. You can always just circle back, start from the beginning, and do it the way it's supposed to be done. Okay. All right. Let's see what else I'm going to show you guys today. Oh, all right. So remember I talked about how we have the brick and mortar business, right? And so when you have a brick and mortar business, you have a product. And that product has to be manufactured, it has to be put together, it has to be delivered, it has to be shipped, all of these different things. But when you have a digital product, it can be shipped immediately because it's all done digitally. Just like on this, like I'm on a cell phone right now. So I got TikTok, I got Facebook, and I got YouTube. But all of this, I'm streaming to you guys digitally, right? Yeah, you're following me. Yes, I'm streaming through this thing digitally, and so there's no physical product that I have to pack up and ship to you. When you go to my website, it's kind of like when you shop on Amazon, right? You go through Amazon, you look through the site, you pick what you want, and then you have it delivered to you, and you get to pick like you want 1 day delivery, same day, exactly, right? You get to pick how you want to deliver to you. But when it's a digital product, soon as you purchase to buy, it's immediately sent to you. That's talking about that instant gratification, right? You immediately get it in your email and you can start immediately. There's nobody holding you back saying, oh, you have to wait a couple of days. No, if you are ready to get started, all you do is go to the website, pick the plan that works best for your hopes and dreams. Why? Because we all have different hopes and dreams about what we want to do with our lives. Some people just want a couple of extra $100 a month. And I get that, right? Some of you may love your jobs and you ain't trying to leave. That's okay too. I ain't trying to force you to leave your job if you don't want to leave it. But if you are the one that's on this live watching me this morning and you're like, you know what? I recognize that time is moving so fast. And if I don't take control of my time, I am going to wake up one day and wonder where the hell the time went. I'm going to try to figure out, like, how did I miss so much time with my children, with myself, right? And if you don't want to wake up with those kind of regrets, you have to do something different. Because if you don't, you're going to keep getting the same results. And you have to have the wisdom. On this Wisdom Wednesday, you have to have the wisdom to know exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Because if you don't know those things, you're going to be forever bumping your head against the wall, right? And so I'm here to help you shorten that learning curve so you can know exactly what you need to do in order to earn 100% profit from a done-for-you digital business. Carlos, what's up? What's up, Bernie? Bernie in the building. What's happening? And let me see. Ooh. Again, if you got any questions, put your questions in the comments because I will answer your questions live. This is what I do. Thank you for the love. Thank you for liking the live. I appreciate that so much. And so now talking about time, right? So the reason why I talk about time is because my oldest went to the Air Force at 17. And I was like, even though I was so happy that my daughter was doing something that she wanted to do, I really thought that I was going to have more time with her. And I realized how precious time is. And I realized how much time I lost with her trying to find ways to make extra money from home. Because if you guys are new to me, I'm Tasha Elliott. What's up? I'm a cycling enthusiast, homeschooling mom, stay-at-home mom. And all I wanted to do was to find a way to make extra money to, kind of help my husband out a little bit and to have some money for me and the kids to do things. Because when I became a stay-at-home mom, all I was looking at was, okay, I can save money from putting the kids in daycare, right? Because I was just working to pay for daycare. And I'm like, I might as well stay home and take care of my own kids instead of paying all that money to send my kids somewhere where they did not want to be in the first place. And so by me being on that journey, trying all these different things, I lost a lot of time with her. And with 3 kids left at home, I'm like, I'm not going to lose time with the kids I have left. I'm not going to do that, right? And so I had to find another way. And that's when I stumbled upon this blueprint that showed me I don't have to DM people. I don't have to go knocking on doors like I was doing with real estate, making 100 phone calls a day, trying to get someone to see if I could sell their house or looking if they was going to buy a house and all those different things of trading time for money. But here's the thing. When I was doing real estate, I wasn't just trading time for money. I was just trading time because I was not getting paid unless a deal went through, right? So I spent a lot of hours working with clients trying to make an income. And unfortunately for me, it didn't happen that way, right? And so that's why I was like, wait a minute. I get 100% profit. I don't have to bother friends and family. And it's an automated business. I mean, like those 3 things right there was like, okay, let me get this money together so I can get this program. Because I recognized that this was an opportunity that I did not want to miss. And I also recognize that, wait a minute, this is exactly what I've been looking for. I've been looking for a way that I can earn money from home without having to pay monthly expenses. Because a lot of things that I was doing in the past, there was a monthly expense attached to it. And I was going broke trying to keep up the expenses while I'm trying to make income. How many of you have experienced that, right? How many of you have tried so many different things online or even in person, right? Trying to make extra money, whether it was Uber, driving for Lyft, doing DoorDash, like all these different things just to make extra money. And it doesn't have to be that hard. It really don't. And if I would have known this years ago, oh my gosh, where could I be now? I don't even know. Why? Because I don't dwell in the past. I dwell in the present because the past is gone. The future is not even promised to us. So all we have is today, right now. Wait, can y'all even hear me? Just talking. Okay. Had to check the sound. All right. Okay, so now that you understand about how to earn 100% profit, I want you to understand that when you earn 100% profit, this is through an automated system. And what is an automated system? An automated system is you give someone your website, right? And then they go to your website at their leisure. They go to your website and they look at the programs you have offered, that you're offering. And from that, they can pick what it is that they want to do. Again, I have 4 different programs. And so when you're able to have multiple streams of income, do you know the power that's in that? Let me tell you the power that's in that. If you're working a job, right? Now, say you get sick and you ran through all of your sick time. So now that means if you're still home sick and you're not getting paid, how are you going to pay your bills? Because you have all of your eggs in one basket and your job is one basket, right? And so when you only have that one source of income, your whole life is dependent upon that income. Yes. And we don't think about that, right? We don't think about, oh, what happens if I happen to get sick or my kids get sick and I run out of sick time? How am I going to get paid? And then we're stressing. We don't even know the stresses that they do to our bodies just because we are trying to take care of ourselves, right? How many of you can relate to that? How many of you can relate to being on a job and then getting sick and then not having the time, right? Not having the time to take care of yourself. And guys, that is not fun. Not fun at all, right? And if I'm talking too fast, please let me know. Because sometimes I get all excited and I just start talking really fast. Be like, girl, if you don't slow down. But I don't know if y'all don't tell me. Whoa. Oh, snap. Hold up, y'all. Okay. All right. And again, if you got any questions, definitely put your questions in the comments. Like I said, I will answer your questions live. But let me ask you this. How would an extra $900 a day change your life? How would that change your life, right? I'm talking about in addition to what you're already doing. If you could have $900 a day, how would that change your life? Do you guys realize that if you could learn the skills to do that, that is over $300,000 a year? What? Yes. And it's so funny because I was listening to this program the other day, and this lady was talking about how she's making over 6 figures and she's still broke. And it's like, how are you making over 6 figures and you're broke when you have like crazy expenses, right? And this is the thing. When you have crazy expenses, you really don't have much money. You may think you make a lot of money, but if your expenses far exceed your revenue means cash coming in, that means you have to either do one or two things. Either you have to lower your expenses or increase your income, right? And I find it much easier to increase your income, right? Because sometimes we can't control certain expenses like food, gas. We have no control over when those prices change, right? But what we can control is our income. And the best way to increase our income is to find a way to make money without trading a lot of time for dollars. And that's why I love this automated process, because with this automated process, you learn the skills to earn extra income. And that's where the whole 100% profit with a done for you digital business comes from. Because when you have that digital business and with an automated system, it is working for you 24/7. So you could be sleeping, going to the grocery store, taking time out with your kids, and your business is running on autopilot, right? Autopilot. Autopilot is like social media. Think about this. When you look at somebody's video, whether it's on TikTok, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook, whatever platform you're on, if you're watching a video that's not live, that means that video was done in advance. That also means that video is living out there on the internet. Like, how many of you guys have scrolled through Mr. Down Payment? Thank you for liking the live. Welcome back. Andre in the building. And so when you look at these videos, you're like, wait a minute, that's an old video, but it's real. This is kind of like when you look at TV, you know, they have those reruns, right? And do you know every time they play those videos, those reruns over and over again, the actors in there are getting paid residuals, right? This is what I want you guys to think. I want you guys to change your concept of making income, right? Because when you change your idea and your perspective on making income, you realize there are so many different ways to increase your income. And there are so many people that got into this business looking at this income stream and then realizing, like, wait a minute, not only do I have 4 income streams, there are other ways that I can increase my income by adding other income streams that I still can do without trading time for dollars, and they all complement each other. Yes, they all complement each other. Like, for instance, I have my own community, right? Outside of this platform, I have my own community where I can talk with my community, love on them, you know, all that good stuff, right? Set up events, all these great things that I'm planning on doing very, very soon. We're going to have a live event where we could totally meet in person. And we got to have that real in-person touch, right? Like, going online and doing this, like the social media stuff is great. But to see somebody in person that you've been seeing online, it's like, oh my goodness, like you can touch it, like, I'm really real. You're really real, right? And that is so exciting. Like, I just went to a mastermind event and I got to see people that I've been seeing like on a Zoom call. And it was like so surreal to like, oh my gosh, I see you guys in person. So when you get inside this business, it's not like you're in business by yourself. There's over 51,000 people that are on this path of getting their lives back, increasing their income, increasing their time so they can do more of the things that they love. Let me ask you guys this. Whoa, how many of you have dreams or things that you want to do, but you can't do it because your job is in the way? And what I mean when I say your job is in the way, let me tell you this. So if you guys didn't already know, I talk about this a lot for the last few days. I'm going on a 26-day bike ride, right? And I needed a ride to get to where I have to go, the starting location. But the first thing I had to do was I had to look at my husband's schedule to see if he's available, right? And that's what happens when you work a job. Your life is dependent upon how much that job pays you and how much time you have, right? And so if you have to look at your bank account and look at your work schedule before you can make a decision for yourself, what kind of life do you really have? And is that life really yours, right? We get so conditioned on doing things the way that society does it that we don't even stop to think why we are doing something. We're just going with the flow. Well, this is what everybody do. We go to school, we get a job, we have kids, we retire, then we start living our lives. Absolutely not. Not anymore, right? Not anymore. And if you are still living that same way, then you have to wake the heck up, right? And I'm here to help you wake the heck up. Mary, stay at home. Yes, Mary, stay at home, mom. Stay at home dog mom. Oh, that's so cute. I love it. See, you could be a stay at home dog mom and still do your thing, because just like kids miss us, our dogs miss us. Girl, I got Cody over here. Oh, you can't see Cody. Hold up. Yeah, you can. No, you can't. Wait a minute. Where is that? Yeah, that's Cody. Say what's up. Roof, roof. Cody saying hi to you. Yes, girl. I know it's the best, right? And like, I used to look at these videos on YouTube, right? And the poor dogs, man, they be so sad sitting there waiting for their owner to come back. It's like, oh man. So yeah, our doggies need us. We got cat moms out there, right? And so if you are living this way and you're following this system, I want you guys to take a moment and think about this for a minute, right? At what point do you or your kids get to live? Like, really think about it, right? If you're going to school and then you get married and then you have kids, right? At what point do you start to live your life? When your kids are going through the whole school system, right? They go to school, kindergarten and 12th grade, then they go to college, then they get their jobs, and then they may take a gap year and may not take a gap year, right? At what point do you start living your life? on your terms, not somebody else's. See, when we go out there and we get these jobs, they tell us, oh, we have this retirement plan. You know, you be here for like 40 years, you'll get income, you work 50 weeks, you get 2 weeks off of vacation. And we don't think anything is wrong with that. Like, we give a job 50 weeks out of our life, right? And we get 2. But we signed up for that. But we never take the time to think about, why are we doing that? And does it really have to be this way? And I tell my kids all the time, like, listen, you guys are enjoying a freedom that most people don't have. And the reason that my kids are able to do that is because I unschool my children. You'd be like, all right, Tasha, what does this have to do with earning 100% profit with a digital business right done from home? I'm gonna break it down for you. Now, so say you have this business, right? Say you decide, thank you for following me, Mary. I appreciate that so much. So say you have this digital business. Say you know what? This Wisdom Wednesday, I am going to invest in this business and I'm going to start I'm going to start working from home, right? And so now you're working from home. And now guess what? Now let's say it's 6 months later and you have replaced your income. Not only did you replace your yearly income, you have doubled your income, right? And you have your kids at school. So now you have a freedom that your kids don't enjoy. What do I mean that they don't enjoy? Because you have freed yourself from your job, but your kids are still showing up at a school every day. And now that you have your freedom, you're still not completely free. Why? Because let's say you want to just go out of town for a few days, right? You got to take your kid out of school. Then you have to have a note for why they missed so much time from school. Because with the school system, you have to go to school for so many days per year, right? And again, that's the school controlling your time. So now you have to wait till your kid get out of school in order for you to go and do things with your kids, right? But we do this so often that we don't even give it a second thought. It's like normal. And okay, case in point, my daughter had an appointment the other day, right? Mind you, what day of the week is it? Woo, it's like you lose days. But anyway, she had an appointment on Monday morning, right? And so Monday morning, if you have a school-age kid, what's the first thing an adult do? Hey, what grade are you in? Right? What's your favorite subject at school? Like, do you guys realize that kids are much more than their goddamn grade and what grade they're in? But people are so conditioned that when they see children, it's to ask them about school, right? And it's so crazy. But here's the other thing that's so normalized in society. So after my daughter's appointment, we were asked, do you need a note for school? And Mom, do you need a note for work? Why the heck is that a normal occurrence, right? Why is that a normal occurrence? It doesn't make sense. Let me do some housekeeping really quickly. Okay. All right. And so it doesn't make sense, right? And the reason that it doesn't make sense is that why do you need permission to take time off to take care of your kids? Why do you need a note to take to your employer to say, yes, boss, I was at the doctor's office. See, like, we're adults here, but we are so used to doing that. We don't even give it a second thought. It's just like second nature. And it's like, no, that doesn't have to be second nature when you have control of your life. And it's so funny because my daughter's like a school note. She never went to school a day in her life. So she experiences a freedom that most kids do not experience. She's able to go by her clock, right? To know when she's a morning person, evening person, whatever. And she get to focus on the things that she loves to learn. And she can excel at that. I mean, you guys ought to see her arcs. Like, she is self-taught, right? And think about this. Think about yourself. Think about the job that you're on. You probably went for that job because you wanted some money, or you went for that job because something that you love to do, right? You are in control of that. And sometimes we pray for things that we want. Pray for that job. Like, God, let me get this job. I just need this job because I can do this and I can take care of my family and all these things. And then you get that job and then you realize, oh, this is not exactly what I thought it was going to be. What's next, right? It's like, what's next? What else can I do? And as long as you're open to doing something different, you can learn something. And here's the thing. My son, when he was 13 years old, I said, son, if somebody asked you what is unschooling, what would you say to that? And he was like, I would just say that it has no start time and it has no end time. I said, what do you mean? He said, there's never a start time to when I learn, and there's never an end time. I can always learn. I'm always learning. And that is so true, because a lot of times we spend so much time in school. By the time we get out, we're like, listen, I don't want to see another book. I ain't trying to study for another test. I just want to go out there and just do my thing, right? Yes, you just want to do your thing. But when you are self-taught and you are going after things because you want to do it, you learn so much more and you learn faster. And so you want to learn more about this blueprint that I'm following, that I can get my time back and also earn income from home. Go to tashaelliott.com and check out the video. And also, while you're here, just go through my TikTok and look at some of my videos, right? And I'm always talking about how you can make income from home, how you can get your time back, because our time is our number one most valuable asset that we have. And there's that one asset that we give away so freely, and we don't even think about it until almost the end of our lives, right? And I don't want you guys to wait to the end of your life to start living your life. You know why? Because you're not going to be the same person that you are today. You're not going to have the same energy. You're not going to have the same money. Like, none of those things are the same, right? And so if you want to have a life where you can have your time, Cam, what's happening, brother? Are you back in the States? Or are you still in the Philippines? Where are you? Oh, I missed that. How was I late getting that comment? So sorry about that, Cam. I don't even know if you're still here. Sorry about that. Thank you, Liz, for following me. Oh my goodness, this thing is so delayed. I didn't even see that. Wow. Yo, even though I've been doing this business, I'm telling you, this TikTok thing, I'm still learning this thing. I used to say that I ain't tech savvy. I don't really know much about tech, but I've learned to say I am tech learning. I'm always learning. It's always something new to learn. And this platform, if you guys know, always changes, right? It's always some new things that's going on. Digital Daisy, what's happening? Good morning to you, or good afternoon, good evening. Thank you for being here. So again, like I said, my kids enjoy this freedom that most kids don't. And so when you have the ability to look at life differently and have a new perspective on how to earn income and understanding how valuable your time is, you will not. Yay, you're back in the USA. Glad you made it back safely. And when you can have control of your time and your finances, you really have control of your life, right? And you don't have to ask anybody for permission to do anything. You don't have to look at your bank account before you can decide what you want to do with your family. Am I saying to just go out there willy-nilly and just spend money like crazy? No. But if you have so much money coming in, you have a different kind of budget that you're working with. I definitely believe no matter how much money you're making, you still should have a budget, right? Like, you need a budget for your bills, a budget for your food, a budget for your miscellaneous, a budget for your life, for your activities. And thank you for the rose, Digital Daisy. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you. I did see that one. I know why it's not alerted, because sometimes it'll give me an alert. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. But thank you for the gift. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. And do you have a link tree for pocket coaching? A link tree? No, I don't have a link tree. I know I had a link tree like years ago, but I haven't used it anymore. As far as my pocket coaching, I would have that inside my community, which I will be doing today, because I have some last minute things that I have to do before my 26-day bike ride. But thank you for asking that question. Great question. You know what? I'm gonna have to talk about this for a minute, right? Because this came up. Somebody had asked me about the difference between being an employee and being an entrepreneur. All right. And here's the thing. If you're an employee, you are working for an entrepreneur. And an entrepreneur sometimes have employees, right? And sometimes if you're in a business like mine, I don't have any employees. It's just me running this business because it's a digital business. And so I don't have the expense of having to pay, insurance, paying, salaries. I don't have to worry about any of those things, right? So you have different kinds of entrepreneurs out there. But when it comes to having your own online business, I think it's best to have a business that is pretty much automated. Why automated? Because you can literally be living your life, doing your thing, and still making money. And like, even though I'm going on a bike ride for days on end, right? I can bring my cell phone with me. I'm going to have my computer with me, and I can still go live from anywhere I'm at. As long as I have internet connection and my cell phone, tablet, or computer, I can create videos. And guess what else I can do? I can batch record the videos and they stay out there. That's like my digital real estate. It lives out there working for me 24/7. So I don't have to, right? There's 24 hours a day and I can only work but so many hours. But the internet never gets tired. The internet does not have to cook. The internet does not have to take the kids from A to B, right? None of that. It's just continuously working. And so when you have that kind of system that you control, that you own, you totally have control over your life, right? And does that make sense? Yes, it absolutely makes sense. And so if you want to learn the blueprint that I'm following, all you have to do is go to TashaElliott.com. You can't see it, but Tasha, let me put it on the screen. You go to TashaElliott.com and get your blueprint and see if it's a fit for you. See if it's something that you want to do for yourself. Because here's the thing. If life is not the way that you want it to be, you must take the action to discover it. And you know what? It takes courage. It takes courage to step out of the norm and do something that someone else isn't willing to do. Because think about it. Think about where you're working at, right? You have a lot of people that complain about their jobs. They complain about how life is, but they don't do anything to fix it, right? They don't do anything to fix it. And so you don't want to follow those people. You want to be around like-minded people that are visionaries, right? That see what they want, and not only see what they want, but they take action to go get it, right? You want to be a go-getter. Think about this. Let's see. Think about Simone Biles, for example, right? As a very young age, she knew exactly what she wanted and she went for it. And she had parents, she had coaches that believed in her and that worked with her. And so when you have that kind of tenacity, you have that kind of strength and that willpower, guess what? People will work with you and they will help you get to the goals that you want. But if you just sit there and complain about how life is, not willing to step out on faith and do something about it, guess what? Your life will always be exactly the same way that it was. But if you want to do something different, if you want to learn the skills to earn 100% profit from home with a done-for-you business, you have to have the courage and the faith to look at the information. Guess what? It's free. It's totally free. It's like going to the library and getting a book about how to start a business, right? But most people don't do that anymore. So you just go to there and guess what? Grab your PDF. And check it out and look at this. It's giving you all the information that you need right there. That's showing you step by step exactly how to start your own done-for-you digital business. And when you go get your blueprint, right, be sure to watch the testimonials. Watch the videos of people that are already achieving exactly what it is that you want, right? And you have to know what you want. You have to know without a doubt what you want and not go based on fear. Right? Because fear gets you nowhere. You have to have faith over fear. And when you have faith, you just move differently, right? When you have confidence, you move differently in this life, right? And so again, if you want to learn the skills to earn 100% profit from home with your own done-for-you digital business, grab your blueprint, check it out, look it over and see if it's a fit for you. If it is, great, welcome aboard. If it's not, you know what? Pat yourself on the back for having the courage to do what most people don't, right? Have the courage to look at it. Because think about this. When you go purchase something on Amazon, you don't have to talk to anybody on the phone. You go through the Amazon website and you look at what you want and what you do. If you want it, you put it in your cart and you purchase it, right? If you don't want it, what you do? You just keep on scrolling through, right? It's the same exact thing. But I want you guys to, when you do this, right, I want you to visualize you having a customer doing the exact same thing that you're doing. And when they're doing the exact same thing that you're doing, it makes it easier when you get into this business, when you realize, wait a minute, the customer that you want to attract to yourself is probably just like you, right? And I know that I'm not the only mom out there that was out there working hard and trying to find a way to make all of this make sense, right? Like it has to be a way to make money from home and still be present with your children. Because there were so many times that I was not present with my family because of a business that I was doing. I'll never forget this. We was at Olive Garden and we're all having a good time. And I'm sitting there and I have my phone on the desk, on the table, right? And I'm present, but I'm not fully present. Why? Because I'm waiting for the phone to ring, because I'm waiting for the confirmation that my client is ready to sign the line for this house, right? And I couldn't be present. It's like I was doing real estate and I was afraid to cut my phone off, right? And even though they tell us you want to have, a start time and end time doing real estate, because if not, you'd be working around the clock. But guess what? When you are a new agent and you're trying to make money, trying to get those deals, you're pretty much working around the clock. You literally never turn your phone off, right? And it's crazy. But it was like, I wanted to be present. It's like I did not want to live based on my cell phone anymore. Right? I didn't want to live that way. How many of you can relate to that? How many of you can relate to just being so focused on your job all the time, you don't have room to breathe, right? How many of you just want to breathe again? How many of you just want to just have time you can just relax? Just relax. And a lot of times we get so busy being busy, we're just like exhausted. How many of you also out there are exhausted? Because I know I was like so exhausted that I was like, can I just get a break? Like the days went by so daggone fast. Andre, you got the number one gift the badge. Thank you so much. Oh my God, thank you guys so much for the likes. I appreciate that so much because the likes help the algorithm to show that people are tired. People are listening and they're looking for a way that they can make money from home. And if you guys don't share this information, guess what they're going to keep on doing? They're going to keep on sharing videos of people, doing dances. I ain't saying things wrong. People want to dance, but guess what? Dance your way into an income from home. Dance your way into a way of making extra money so you can replace that job. Like life is too short. Life is too precious to sit there and do something that you really don't want to do and wait for a later date to live. Like guys, right now, I cannot wait for this bike ride that I'm about to go on because most people on this bike ride are in their 70s and 80s. Yes, in their 70s and 80s, and they're going on this 26-day bike ride. So I can't wait to meet them and find out, like, have they been doing this all their life? They just start doing this? Because think about it. A lot of people wait until they retire before they start living their life. Or you hear them. Man, I can't wait till I retire. Then I can start going places. I can start doing this. I can start, riding my bike. I can start traveling more. It's like I can do all of these things. And I can't wait to spend more time with my kids. And guess what? Now your kids are grown. And now your kids are living their life. And now you're trying to spend more time with them. And they're trying to build their lives, right? And I remember one time going to work. And I was driving down the road. And I heard this song. I don't know if you guys know this song. The Cat in the Cradle. And I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And I'm crying because I'm literally on my way to work, 2:30 in the morning, driving down the road, and this song comes on the radio, The Cat's in the Cradle. Oh my goodness. And it made me cry because it's a father talking about him working so much. And, his son wanted to play with him, right? And he's like, not tonight, son, maybe tomorrow. And I was like always putting it off. And then before he knew it, his son grew up. And then he realized he's trying to ask his son to spend time with him. And his son is like, nah, the kids are sick. The dog is sick. And I got all these things to do. But it was sure nice talking to you, Dad. And it's like, I see you again. And then his dad realized that his son grew up just like him. And so we're doing this. It's like we're showing our kids that our jobs are more important, that we have to we have to do the job first, and then we can come back and take care of the kids, right? And our kids not a priority. Hell, we don't even make ourselves a priority. We make our job the priority. And then what the job do? Turn around and fire us through a Zoom call, fire us through an email. Like it's perfectly okay. And they don't think about your family, right? And so that's all you have to depend on is you. And so the reason why that song made me so sad and so emotional is like, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm trapped in this matrix of going to work, taking the kids to daycare, going to sleep, getting up and doing it all over again and hoping I can have a little bit of time off, right? And it's like, I don't want to live that way. And I don't want to raise my kids to live life that way. Life is just too precious and time is so limited. That is like the one thing that we do not have an unlimited supply of, right? And because we don't have unlimited supply of it, we must be very careful with what we're spending our time on, especially if it's not bringing us joy and peace. Like put in the chat, how many of you in this chat have a job that you absolutely want to get away from, but can't because you need to pay the bills? I want to know who's in here. Tanya, you got the number 3 gift badge. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. And I'm not going to be on this live long. I may have to go live later on, but I still have some packing to do. Me, yes, Andre, yes. Thank you for responding to that. But there's a way out, Andre. There is a way out. And again, when you can look, get your blueprint, right? Get your blueprint and really, really take your time and go through it, right? And like some people, if you're like me, you're like, man, I'm making a decision because I know there's something different for me, right? And I knew I had to do this. And I got to be honest with you guys. When I found out about this blueprint, I did not have the money to do it. I keep hitting this thing. I'm so sorry, y'all. Screen just to jump in. I didn't have the money to do it. But I knew Ted, you became the 16th member on our team. Look at our team growing. Thank you so much. You got the heart me. Thank you so much. And I didn't have the money to do this. And that was so sad because I'm like, man, I know the number one investment that I can make is an investment in myself. Like some of us, we invest in things, right? We invest in cars, we may invest in stocks and all these different things. But the best investment we can ever make is an investment in ourselves. And I knew that I had to do this. And so how did I do this? The way I did it is I knew I had a bill coming up. I was just going to pay my gas and electric bill. But I'm like, no, I know. Thank you for the team bracelet. Yes, we got a bracelet. And I knew I had to do this, right? I knew without a shadow of a doubt, this is what I was looking for. This is what I wanted to do, right? And so I'm like, okay, I got to do this. And so I took some things back to the store because I'm like, okay, I'm not using this. I'm not using that. And I got all my money together, but I was still short. So I'm like, okay, I'm like $100 short. What can I do? Where can I get $100 real quick from? Right. And I was like, wait a minute. I got this money to pay my BG&E bill. And so thank you for the follow, Araya. Hope I said your name right. If I didn't, please tell me how to pronounce it in the chat. I do not like getting people's names wrong. All right, digital marketing. And so I was like, I called the BG&E company. I said, hey, I got this opportunity to invest in this business and I know it's going to work for me. Can you give me a 30-day delay to pay my bill so I can get into this program, right? And no, yes, thank you so much. I got your name right. And so, yes, guys, that's what I did. I took that money and I immediately invested in this program and I got to work. Yes, I got to work because I'm like, okay, I can't be in here with the lights out. But here's the thing. We all know our spouses, right? I did not tell my husband that I did that because I was like, I can't tell him. I tried so many things in the past that did not work, but I knew it. I knew this was it. And so I did that. I paid the money, got into this business, and I just followed the steps, step by step. And I was like so excited because I'm talking about ignorance on fire. I was ignorance on fire. I was like, I didn't even go through everything. I was just like going through the steps, step by step, talking about this wonderful program that I was so glad that I found. And guess what? I was able to not only pay that bill back, I was able to have some extra money in my pocket. And I'm telling you, it felt so good. Yes, ma'am. Me as well. Yes. And it felt so good because here's the thing. How many of you, if you moms and dads out there, how many of you would love to be a stay-at-home mom, a stay-at-home dad, right? How many of you would love to do that? Right? Because like none of us, well, that I know of, right, had kids just to be like, man, I can't wait to have kids so I can send them to daycare so I'll never see them, never spend time with them. No, we don't think that way, right? We're like, man, I can't wait to have my kids. We can spend time together. We can go here. We can go to the park. We can, just do all these wonderful things, have these great memories, right? But then life gets in the way and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm home with my baby, but I'm not happy because I don't have any money, right? And then it's like, it's a battle. And I went through that battle and never stay at home, yet control my time. Never stay at home, yet control my time. Oh, yeah. And here's the thing, like when I first stayed at home, right? I was so happy to be a stay-at-home mom. I was like, I ain't want to rock the boat. I ain't want to ask for too much. I'm like, I'm just going to be quiet. I'm just going to take care of the kids, make sure I keep the home clean. That would be my goal. I cannot be a stay-at-home. I cannot be a stay-at-home that, let me see. That would be my goal. I don't know. Part of your message is gone, Andre. But I'm guessing I have to read between the lines. I'm guessing you don't want to be a stay-at-home dad that can't pay the bills, right? Like you want to be able to stay home and make the money. And here's the thing, like we made a sacrifice. We knew that it was going to be a sacrifice for me to stay home and us to live on one income. And this is like 2012, right? 2012 that I stayed home. And at that time, my kids was young. So I could do things like real low cost activities, like take them to Chick-fil-A, let the kids play in the play area, and they had a great time, right? But as kids get older, they want to do more things and they want to get involved in activities. And all that stuff costs money. No, I don't want to be a stay-at-home dad. Just be able to control my time. I feel you. Yes, I got it. Yes. Yes. And we want to be able to control our time because when we don't, others do, right? Others control our time. So definitely good point. But as a stay-at-home mom and my husband would be the only one working, and I would ask her certain things because I didn't factor that in. I didn't factor in myself. When it came to me being a stay-at-home mom, all I thought about was, okay, we need money for the kids, how much they need, how much is daycare. Okay, and that's the difference of that. I'm good. I don't need anything. Not realizing that I do have needs as well. And so I would be reminded, right? My husband would remind me like, hey, I'm the only one working here. And sometimes you just get tired of hearing the same thing over and over again. It's like, okay, yeah, you're not the only one working. I'm working. I'm just not getting paid for what I do, right? If you guys really factor in how much a stay-at-home mom saves a family, you would be like, oh my goodness, you are totally overworked and underpaid, right? A lot of us stay-at-home parents are overworked and underpaid. Yes, right? And so instead of me complaining about, how much money my husband is giving me, or how much extra money he have or don't have, I'm like, you know what? I'll figure it out because I knew that if I wanted more, I had to get more, right? And I was not about to ask him to work harder than he was already working because it's only 24 hours in a day. Don't want this man out there working 24 hours just so I can stay home, just so I can raise our kids. Absolutely not. So I was looking for a way to make extra money from home so I can, add money to the household, right? And I'm telling y'all, when I first started doing this business, it felt so good when he was like, you need some money? Like, no, I'm good. Like, what? Oh my goodness. It felt so good to be like, no, I'm good. Miza. Let me see. Mizana. Thank you for the go. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. And if you're not following me, make sure to follow me. And please let me know if I got your name right. I don't want to butcher your name. Please let me know how to pronounce it. That's what I'm talking about. You come in and say, hello, everyone. Thank you so much. I used to be on this live, be like, listen, guys, and you're coming in, say hi. Like that. It's like you guys are watching me, right? It's like you are in my house. Like come in and say hi to everybody. Like we're all here. Say hi. Thank you so much for saying hello. Yes, want to say hello. Courteous got the number 3 gift badge. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, as you're coming in, please be courteous. Just be a good human. Just say hi. It doesn't hurt to say hi, hello, buenos dias, bonjour, in any language. Just say hi. I said it correctly. I got 2 for 2. Thank you so much. Lovely, lovely name. Love your name. Shankar. Hi, Shankar. Hope I got your name right too. Am I 3 for 3? Am I 3 for 3? But listen, guys, if you have to get off of here, I'm talking about this blueprint, right? This blueprint that is 100, where you can earn 100% profit with a totally done for you digital business, right? And all you have to do is go to TashaElliott.com and get your blueprint. Get the blueprint details and watch the videos. And definitely, I want you guys to look at what the other members are achieving, right? And see yourself doing that. See yourself in success. You have to be able to see it in order to believe it, right? In order to achieve it, right? And some people would be like, well, I'll believe it when I see it. It doesn't work that way. Everything that's on this earth was a thought first, right? It was a thought first. And it was not only a thought, it was a solution to a problem. Think about the chair that you are sitting in, right? If you're sitting in the chair, people were tired of standing up. They were like, what can I do to rest my bum, right? They were like, let me create a chair. Maybe they didn't have a name for a chair yet, but they saw a problem and they created a solution. And all we're doing is creating solutions to problems that people have every single day. And I'm telling you, if you can solve a problem, Oh my goodness, you will never have to worry about income again. And building the confidence that you can do this. And I promise you this, I'm not making any guarantees, but what I will promise you is this. Think about your job. When you first started your job, you had no idea about how that job ran things. You had to follow the SOP, the standard operating procedures. And as time went on, your confidence increased because you knew what you were doing. Dr. No Job, what's happening? Welcome back, my brother. Welcome back. New York. New York in the house. Anybody in here from New York? Put in the chat. Let us know if we got neighbors. Anybody from Maryland in here? If you are, how you doing today? All right. And so you didn't know. And so same thing here. And I'm not telling anybody to go quit their jobs right now and that you're going to make all this money in this business. No, what I'm saying is you want to be very strategic in how you do this, right? And think about this, like have a date. Don't look at this as just as a side hustle, right? I want you to look at this as a means to live the life that you want to live. So there's not a lot of programs that I've seen out there that's going to show you exactly how you can become a self-made millionaire in 3 years. Look at you today, number 17 on our team. Thank you so much, Ms. Anna. Thank you so much. Thank you for the heart me. Thank you. And so who would like to be a self-made millionaire in 3 years? Put 3 in the chat. Put 3 in the chat if you would like to learn the skills to be a self-made millionaire in 3 years. Because here's the thing. If you're looking for like some get rich quick thing or just a way to just make some money, just to be making money, just to pass the time, this is not for you. Please don't waste your time. But if you want to follow a proven system, right? You want to follow a proven system that's going to teach you the skills to become a self-made millionaire in 3 years. Put 3 in the chat. Mike, what's happening, Mike? How you doing? Mike is in the building. How you doing, Mike? Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, create daily freedom. Y'all ought to know. I love when y'all talk about freedom because freedom, it is the best feeling in the world. I'm telling you. Once you get that taste of freedom, you never want to let it go. So put a 3 in the chat. Put a 3 in the chat if you would love to learn the top 3 things that you need to do to become a self-made millionaire in 3 years. I'm telling you, it's so simple. It's so simple. Hold on. I went to Oxon Hill High School in Marlboro Heights. What? I don't even know what Marlboro Heights is, but I've heard of Oxon Hill. Great meeting you at the mastermind. Oh, thank you. Great meeting you too. Are you going to 3? Thank you for the 3, Kim. Yes, y'all. Look at that. YouTube is participating in the chat today. Are you going to Clarity to Cash next month? Let me know. Will I see you again? Will I see you in September, Mike? Where are you gonna be? Can't post comments to some distance. Oh, wait a minute. They got me doing a puzzle piece this early. Ain't it been on the live that long? All right, y'all. TikTok had me doing the puzzle piece thingy. I'll see you in September. Yes, I will see you in September. Listen, if you guys are on here watching this live, I want to congratulate you. I want to congratulate you on being courageous enough to learn information because some people are so closed-minded, they don't even open their minds to just get information, and it's free. So that is so courageous of you guys to be here on this live. But I want you to do those 3 things, right? 3 things in order to become a self-made millionaire in 3 years' time. The first thing is you want to be committed. The thing just froze. You want to be committed. Committed to what? Committed to the process. You want to stick through this, right? And do not give up on yourself. You want to tell yourself that I will until. If it's going to be some bumps and bruises along the way, you're going to feel frustrated. I'm being honest. I'm going to tell you these things that you're going to experience. So when it happens, you're not like, oh my God, I'm doing something wrong. No, it's okay. It's part of the process. We're all learning and growing. Even on this live, when I first started off this live, I wasn't talking as I'm talking now, right? So even as you're doing it, you're learning and growing, and it's perfectly okay. So the first thing is by DC. Okay. Oxen. Okay, got it. So the first thing is you want to be committed, right? Be committed to the process. Do not give up on yourself. No matter how hard you may think it is, it can always get easier later. So you want to be committed. The second thing is consistency. In order to get to that self-made millionaire status in 3 years, you must be consistent, right? And consistent in how that looks for your life, whether that's going live daily, whether that's picking 3 days a week you're going to go live, whatever it is, you want to be consistent in that, right? And number three is you must be coachable. Woo! Guys, sometimes we can get in our own way, and I don't want you to get in your own way. So again, if you want to learn the skills to be a self-made millionaire in 3 years, put 3 in the chat. Put 3 in the chat and let me know who I'm talking to. Let me know if you are here, right? And so when you discover how to earn 100% profit from a done-for-you digital business, you will learn the skills. Thank you. Thank you, Andre, for the 3. Thank you, Mike, for the 3. You will learn the skills to be a self-made millionaire. Is your job giving you that same kind of, I'm not going to say guarantee, that same promise, right? That you can do that. Are they showing you a way to do that? No, because they know without a shadow of a doubt that if you became a self-made millionaire, you would leave that job. You would start living your life, right? And when you start living life in your own terms, oh, I'm telling you, you go to work a little differently, right? Because you know that you're on that job because you want to be there, not because you need to be there. Think about how different that feels, right? That you totally have that control. That you like, you know what? I'm getting up this morning to go to this job because I want to be there, not because I have to be. Even in relationships, think about it. If you're in the relationship because you feel like you need to be there, the energy is different. But if you're there because you really want to be and you love the person that you're with, you show up differently, right? Think about that. Think about when you show up with your kids and you are tired and exhausted and you're going because you just like have to be that mom that shows up or be that dad that shows up. But if you're there and you're like, you got so much energy, you're excited. It's like, man, this is great. I get to spend time with my kid. They look in the stand, they see I'm there, and it just feels so good. It's a whole different kind of energy, right? And it's so interesting when my daughter was in swimming, right? When she was younger. And with swimming, those officials that you see, they do not get paid. I didn't know that. I thought they got paid. But no, these are parents that's volunteering, for their kids, right? In these different activities. And I volunteered as an official. And it just felt good to be on that deck with my daughter and for her to walk past and, throw me a high five. And it just felt so good to be there. But guess what? Even though I was there, I was tired, guys. Oh my gosh, I was tired because I was working. And then I also had one kid in school. And then so it was like I'm running back and forth and all these different things. And what I found out, guys, guess what I found out? I found out that some of those other parents that I thought were parents that was officiating, they weren't the parents. They were the nannies. The parents wasn't even coming to the events. Why? Because the parents was working. And they paid the nannies to train them so they can get trained so they can be the officials, because it didn't matter who was officiating as long as they were representing that child, right? It's like, what? But that's the kind of income they had. And so I found out over the years that there's pretty much 2 things that every single human being on this earth wants. I don't care if you have kids, if you're a dog parent, a cat parent, a no parent at all. There's 2 major things that every single person on this earth wants. That's time and that's money. Put 2 in the chat. If you can relate to that, put 2 in the chat that the most things that you really want in this life is time and money. Put 2 in the chat. Let me know who's in here. Let me know if you guys are on the same page what I'm talking about, right? That if you want time and money, put 2 in the chat. Because here's the thing, we need both of those, right? We need both of those. And we don't want a little bit of both of those. We want a lot of both of those, right? We want a lot of that. I don't know about you, but I do, right? Right? 2. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes. You want to have time and money. But we have been taught and conditioned from, y'all gonna look at me sideways when I say this. You have been conditioned from birth to do what others tell you to do. Let me tell you how. When you were in the hospital and the nurse first gave the baby to your parent, your mom, right? The very first thing they did was they told you to put that baby on a schedule. Put that baby on a schedule or you'll be up all night if you don't have this baby on a schedule. So before you even come home from the hospital, you're already being conditioned to schedule your child to eat, sleep, and drink at a certain time. And then guess what? You get to spend 6 weeks. If you're in the USA, You probably get 6 to 12 weeks time off with your child, right? And then guess what? Now your child is going off to daycare and you're going to work. And while you're at work, you have no idea what's going on with your child, right? Because you have to work. And again, you are being conditioned to do these things. We just do things because that's what everybody else do. And we don't even stop to think about why the heck are we doing this, right? Because we get caught up in this is what we're supposed to do. So did y'all catch that? You the baby is born, you get on their schedule, eat, sleep, bathroom, all of that. You go to school. Guess what? You got to raise your hand and go to the bathroom. You have to ask for permission if you want to leave school. You need that note. That you need to get that note signed. All of these different things, right? And as time go on, it's the same thing. Then you go to a job and you think that, okay, now I got independence. I'm on this job. And then you tell your boss, man, hey, boss, I need the day off because I got to go to the doctors. Oh, really? You need to bring a doctor's note in so we can know that you went to the doctors. What? When did that become okay? When did that become the norm that we have to get a note to bring to our employer that we went to the doctors, right? And it's like, thank you for the follow, Kim. Thank you so much. And it's like, but we have signed up for that. We haven't even realized that we've been bamboozled and run amok. We have been conditioned to believe that this is the way that life is supposed to be. And I'm here to tell you that it's not. I don't give a rat's, you know what, or what somebody tell you. I'm here to tell you, to give you that mindset, that perspective shift, that life can be different if you want it to be different. And here's the thing. So my kids, right? My first child, I was that same way. Doctor told me to put my kid on the schedule, and I did. They told me to swaddle my baby up, right? They said the babies want to be swaddled, right? Because they're used to that in the womb. And then I thought about it one day because I was looking at my baby in a swaddling blanket. And I'm looking at her trying to fight her way through the blanket. And all she wanted to do was to be free. Do you guys realize that? How many of you just want to be free? Put free in the chat. How many of you just want to be free? Like you just want to feel free. Like you don't want to have to show up at a certain time to go anywhere. You just want to be free to do what you want to do when you want to do it. Put free in the chat if you are craving that freedom. Put free in the chat. Let me know if you're here. Am I talking to the right person? Like, do you want to be free in this chat this morning, right? And so I saw her struggle to get out that swaddling blanket. And think about it. When a baby is in the womb and it's almost time for the baby to come out, they have to be like this because there's not much room to move around. And if they had more room, guess what? They would move around more. And so as soon as I took her out of that swaddling blanket, I'm telling you guys, she was like spread eagle. And she just looked so happy. And I was like, oh my gosh, here I am thinking that she wanted to be swaddled. No, she wanted to be free. Did you guys get that? She wanted to be free. And so I learned from that. So I said, you know what? From here on out, when I have more children, I will not swaddle them as hard. I will just let them live their life, right? And kind of let them choose, right? And so I did that. I fed my babies on demand. I did not give them a set time to eat, a set time to drink. Because guess what? You know when you're hungry, right? You know when you're hungry. You know when you want to eat. You know when you're tired. And you go to sleep when you're tired. And so I just let my kids live their life. And I got to see their rhythms, right? I got to see. Thank you for joining, Dr. Matthew. I got to see if my kid was a morning kid or a night owl, right? Because guess what? We're all different. But if we're all conditioned to go to school in the morning, have after school activities in the evening, guess what? Now we're conditioned to be that way. Goat, thank you for the goat, Kim. Thank you so much. I appreciate that so much. Thank you for the rose also. Thank you. I truly, truly appreciate it. And so to have a perspective shift that your life can be different, that you are the master of your life and you can create it the way that you want it to be, regardless of your past, regardless of what you've done, regardless if you tried so many different businesses and failed, it is okay. Just the fact that you are here on this live, listening to what I'm talking about in reference to having a done for you digital business shows that you know you are meant for more. It shows that you want something different for your life, and it is perfectly okay. Yes, it's perfectly okay to live the life of your dreams, and you deserve it. You are worthy of it just by the simple fact that you are on this earth. You don't have to prove to anybody that you deserve to have time and money, right? For the blessed one. Thank you for the follow. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you guys so much. And I'm telling you guys, starting, I think, Saturday, the next few days, I'm going to be going live sporadically. It's going to be so crazy because I want to take you guys on this journey that I'm about to go on. And I'm only able to do this for two reasons. One is that my husband is the provider for our household, right? Why are you watching a computer screen? Good question. Because what you're looking at, I have, you can't really see it, but I got Facebook and YouTube, and I'm doing TikTok from my phone. Let me see. Can I turn this around? Let me see. You know what, Simon? Listen. Oh my gosh. Duh. Wow, I am special. Yes, I am. I am so special. Okay, thank you for that, Simon. Oh my gosh, I was sitting there thinking that because I'm going live on Facebook and YouTube and also TikTok, that I had to show my computer screen for TikTok. And all I have to do is just have the screen on me. And if I'm sharing my screen, then I can flip the screen around. So thank you, Simon, for asking a question. You never done this for the last few days, and nobody asked me why were they watching a computer screen. So thank you, Simon. Listen, you ain't got to be the sharpest tool in the box to do this business, okay? You just got to want to help people. You just got to want to help people, and it is perfectly okay. Oh my gosh. Wow. Thank you so much. Let's see. Okay. All right. Thank you, Evelyn, for the what is that? The follow. Thank you so much for the follow. All right. I guess Simon asked the question and rolled out. But guys, yeah, so I'm here. You're on my FYP. What? Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, I'm glad that I showed up on your FYP. So that means I must be doing something right. It's got to keep on going, keep on doing it. So thank you for letting me know that. Anybody else in here that I came across your FYP? Legacy Builder here. Yes. Encourage more viewers to share. Yes, guys, please share. Thank you for the reminder. Guys, please share the live. TikTok needs to know that people are tired. Parents are tired. Kim, that is the For You page. Yes, that is the For You page. So that way it shows up in people's algorithms that people that are looking for ways to make money from home, it'll show up and then they can go and watch the video, right? And where was I? Oh, yes, the journey that I'm on. I'm only able to do this for two reasons. One, my husband is like my provider, right? He works so I can stay home and raise our children. I also homeschool my kids. And that's the reason I'm able to go on a 26-day bike ride. Because here's the thing. If my kids were in school, I would not be able to, I would not be able to do this business, right? And not do this business. I would not be able to do this bike ride. Trying to adjust the screen. Okay. I would not be able to do this bike ride. And I would have to look at my work schedule. And there are so many people that would love to do a bike ride that I'm about to go on, but they can't because of their job. Put in the chat. Let me ask you guys, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you have goals and hobbies that you want to do more of, but you can't because of your job. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you have hobbies that you want to do, but you can't do it because your job is in the way. I'm telling you, I met so many people. They'd be like, Tasha, I would love to do a multi-day bike ride like you were doing, but I just can't take the time off from work because if I don't work, I don't get paid. And that is no way to live. I'm telling you, it's like once you know, you know. It's like they used to have that expression. They probably still have it, that expression, that if you're born poor, it's not your fault. No job since 2002. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. I met a guy and we was talking about taxes, right? Like April 15th is filing tax day. He was like, I haven't filed taxes in over 20 years because he was able to do things that set himself up for success that he doesn't have to file taxes. I'm unemployable. Kim, so am I. Like I can't. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I don't want to. Just turn 53. No way you're 53. You look like you're 33. What? Kim, I know that's right. Man, you look hella good. If y'all don't, Valora, hi! What's up, Valora? How you doing? Oh my gosh, so excited to see you here again. What's happening? I'm so happy to see you guys. Good morning. Was I too excited? My youngest is 22. Your youngest? How old is your oldest? Your youngest is 22. How old is your oldest? Curious. I want to know. I'd like to know. Thank you guys so much for the likes. Oh my gosh, I appreciate that so much. But yes, guys, you want to share the live because TikTok needs 36. Ooh, okay. I see you. So TikTok needs to know that people are really out here looking for income. They're not just looking for a job. Like nobody really wants a job anymore. They want a way that they can make money. And like I said, time and money, right? Time and money. You want to have both of those things. And like I said, I would not be able to do this bike ride if I did not have my own business. I wouldn't be, right? I would have to ask for permission. I would have to ask for leave without pay. And I'm telling you guys, when I worked for the state and I worked for the federal government, I was one of those employees that did not care. What I mean is, I understood very early on how important time is, right? And sometimes it's like the hardest things that you go through in life would be your greatest lessons, right? And when I saw how jobs did not care about us, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this for life. I'm not going to give a job 40 years of my life and then still live my life later, because I've seen how employers treat their employees. And I never forget, I worked this temporary job, right? And I don't know what this employee did, but this employee did something to piss the boss off. And they was in the closed room, but you could hear him screaming at this employee. I mean, screaming at the top of his lungs at this employee. And I felt it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I wanted to leave, but I couldn't, right? Because I'm like, if they're talking to that employee like that, who am I? I just started working here as a temp employee and to work somewhere where I'm not being respected or valued, but I could not afford to leave. How many of you are on jobs that you cannot afford to leave, but you're being treated like crap? You are not valued, but you can't leave because you have been accustomed to a lifestyle. And you know that if you go out there looking for another job, you may not get paid the same amount of money that you're getting paid. So you wind up staying somewhere where you really should not be, right? How many of you out there like that? But thank God I finally left that job, because I'm like, I can't imagine being on that job like that and doing that. Big Sal. Oh, Big Sal, thank you for coming in. How your morning going? My morning is going pretty good so far. How is yours going? And thank you for coming into my home and asking me about how my day is going. Thank you for asking. Most people don't ask that. So thank you. I appreciate you. How is your morning going? And where you guys watching from? Please let me know where you guys watching from. Because guys, I'm telling you, there are people all over the world that want to do more. They want to have more. They want to have more life. They want to have more things, right? And for me, I don't want more things. Actually, I don't want things at all. You know what I want? I want time and peace of mind. That is it. That is so simple. And I realize the more simple I keep my life, the much more peace I have. Oh my goodness. I used to think that I had to have like all of these things. I thought I had to have like the fancy car, the big giant house. And you know why I thought those things? Because when I was back in the day, when I was doing network marketing, that's what everybody talked about. What car do you want? What fancy car do you want? What big house do you want? Like dream big, like have all these things. And it's like at the end of the day, I had to close out all that noise, right? And I had to really look at myself within, like, what is it that brings me joy? What is it that brings me peace? I love to read. Oh my goodness. It's like I can see myself in a house full of books. Like, oh my goodness, like the more books, the better, right? I just love to learn. It's like, I don't know if you guys know that movie Short Circuit. Even though Short Circuit movie, put SC in the chat. SC in the chart, even though the movie Short Circuit. Because there was a part in that movie by Johnny Five, and he was like going through all these books reading. I was like, oh my God, if I could read that fast, oh my goodness, the information that I would know. Oh my goodness, I fell in love with Johnny Five because he was all about learning, more input. And that's what I wanted, more input. I wanted to just learn more. But here's what I realized. As much as I love to learn, I would never, ever learn every single thing there is to learn in this world. And guess what? It's perfectly okay. It is perfectly okay. But what I learned about myself is that I value time so much so that when I work for the federal government, when I work for the state government, I would be that employee that would take leave without pay. And they would tell me, you're not getting paid for this leave. I know. It's okay. Right? Because I valued my time more. And then I found myself, how many of you can relate to this? Comp time. How many can relate to comp time, right? I love comp time. So I would work overtime. And basically, for those that don't know, comp time is like overtime, except instead of you getting paid money for your time, you're getting paid time. So instead of me getting paid dollars, hour and a half, I would get an hour and a half of leave. And so that's what I would do. And I would make sure that every single month that I had a 3-day weekend or a 4-day weekend. I had to keep my sanity. Just thinking about how I used to work back in the day, it's like, how the hell I even managed it, right? But here's the thing. I want you guys to recognize this, right? Let me see. I want you guys to get this. Think about the jobs that you've been on. Thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing the live Earn and Grow with Kathy. Thank you so much. Guys, please share the live. Help people out today, right? They will forever thank you for this, right? And so when I worked for the federal government at TSA, if you guys don't know, I used to work at the airport as TSA security. And when I first started working that job, I was not bold enough and brave enough to leave that job, right? I thought that was all I had. And I watched how my coworkers would be so stressed out about this job. They would start gaining weight. They wouldn't look the same. Like that light that used to be inside them wasn't there anymore. And then I saw it happening to me. I saw my light dimming, right? I saw me going to work, not as excited as I used to be. And then I would see people that was brave enough to quit. And then they would come back like months later and I wouldn't even recognize them. Why? Because they lost weight. They looked happier. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you look so happy. They was like, yes, I lost 15 pounds when I left this job. And that was like, oh my goodness. So if I leave this job, I can really get my life back. And I fly through the airport sometimes and I see my old coworkers that's still there because they waiting to retire, right? And it's like, oh man, I just see that they don't look the same at all. And not in a good way either. And why? Is because they feel stuck in that job. And it's like they're afraid. They're afraid to step out on faith. They're afraid to try something different. And for you guys on this live right now, like really, I'm telling you, I don't take this lightly at all. You could be sitting here watching a dance TikTok video or if you watch them on YouTube and Facebook, you could be looking at some kind of dance video, something to make you laugh. But you are here to learn how you can make money from home. You're here to learn how you can change your life for the better. And there is nothing absolutely wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to have more for your life and for your family. Oh my gosh. Hurt my foot this morning and it hurt so bad. Oh my gosh, you put ice pack on it. And so again, guys, if you're not following me, I want you guys to be sure to follow me so you can follow this journey that I'm about to be on. And I got to share this with you. I wasn't going to share it first. I got to share this with you guys. Right? I had this shirt that says faith over fear, right? You have to step out on faith about what you want to do, even if you're afraid, right? So here's the thing. I told you guys I'm going on this 26-day bike ride, but here's what I didn't tell you. There's going to be over 30 people on this bike ride, and I only know one person. And as an introvert, you guys may not know how scary that is for me, but at the same time, I'm so excited that my excitement like far exceeds the fear, right? Because I'm so excited about doing this and I'm not afraid, right? Because I'm like, I'm good. I know everything is going to work out okay. I'm perfectly good. Faith it. That was so good. Faith it till you make it. Damn it. Y'all are so smart. That is so good. Yes. Faith it till you make it. Oh, I got chills. That was so good. She probably came in and bounced out, but that was good. Faith it till you make it. I love that. Hold on. I'm going to keep that one. I'll do voice memo somewhere. I may not forget that. Faith it till you make it. I like that. I lost my train of thought on that one. But yes, you got to step out on faith on things that you want to do. And even if you're afraid, still go for it, right? Still go for what you want. And here's the thing. If we stay in that being afraid zone, right, we will never grow to where we're supposed to be, right? We will always be at this cap of never really knowing what's on the other side of the rainbow because we're stuck right here. And we have to do this often, right? Because if we don't do it often, we don't build that muscle of faith. We don't build that muscle of courage. And it's just like anything else. The more you do it, the more you increase those skills on it, right? Like for me going live, when I first went live, I think I probably went live for like maybe 20 minutes, if that, because I had no idea what the heck I was doing. I didn't know anything about all this stuff going across the screen and like TikTok is busy. Like for ADD brain, I don't know how we do it because it's like things popping all across the screen and I'm trying to get focused and I lose focus and I'm here and I'm there and everywhere, right? But I'm still learning and growing. Did I give up? No. Was it hard? Absolutely. Yes, because I was like, what the heck is this, right? But when you don't give up and you keep on going forward, you will have a life that is like the life of your dreams. But in order to have the life of your dreams, you must create it here first. And it's okay. If y'all are ready to dream, put dream in the chat. If you are ready to dream and to create the life of your dreams, put dream in the chat. Because I am truly living my dream right now. Like when I was working full time, all I wanted to do was be a stay-at-home mom. But here's the thing. It doesn't cost you anything to dream. So if you're going to dream big, shoot for the stars, right? Shoot for the moon, shoot for the galaxy, right? Yes, thank you, Kim. Shoot for the galaxy. Because when you dream about the life that you want, right? I mean, really dream it and feel yourself being there. Oh my goodness, the changes that your life will be. And then you be like, pinch yourself, right? Like, is this real? Is this really my life? Is this real? And when you have that dream and you have that vision, right? And when it happens, I want you to be in the moment. Like I just went to this mastermind with my mentor last week, right? And I looked back through my phone and I was like, oh my gosh, I was so in the moment that I barely have any pictures. And I was like, Steve, what's happening? Legacy with Steve in the building. What's happening, Steve? And I was like, oh my gosh, I was so in the present moment that I did not take a lot of time to take a bunch of pictures or videos. Guys, listen to this. When I'm telling you, when you know your dream, you know yourself, you know what you want, it just makes life so different. And so when I was with my mentor, right, one of the ladies from our trip, she was going home, she missed her flight. And my mentor has this beautiful Porsche, nice ride, right? And I love riding my bike. And so this is like the last day. And she was like, Tasha, I got to go pick up Michelle from the airport. She was like, do you want to ride with me or do you want to stay here and ride my bike? She's like, girl, what? Like, yes, I want to ride your bike. I was so excited. I was like, yes. And I got to ride her bike. I called my husband. I was like, baby, guess what? I get to ride Michelle's bike. And I'm on the bike and I'm like chilling. If y'all guys want to see that video, like you got the laugh for a minute, but just go through my videos and you will see me riding a bike. It's like one of my most recent videos, right? And I was so excited. Like, yes. She was like, you need anything from Starbucks? I'm like, no, I'm good. I just want to ride the bike and I was just so happy. I was in my element. But here's the thing. It's like a beautiful lake house property, right? And it's like a beautiful lake, beautiful homes. And normally when I do a bike ride, I'm like recording video. I may take pictures and things like that sometimes. But I was just so excited and so in the moment. It wasn't until after I came back from the bike ride, put the bike in the garage. I was like, oh my gosh. I did not take any videos. I did not take any pictures of this bike ride. But hopefully I get the opportunity to ride again. And this time I'll make sure that I get some video. Guys, remember, if you have not already, be sure to go to TashaElliott.com. Get your blueprint. It's going to go through all the steps, step by step. I'm going to walk you through the whole entire thing on how you can earn 100% profit from a done-for-you business. It is literally all written here for you. And guess what? Also, be sure to watch the videos. Watch the videos of other people that are making this happen for themselves, right? We have someone all the way from South Africa, right? Making $1 million in South African rand in 6 months, right? We have Mary reaching 6 figures at 60 years old. Watch her video, very inspiring. Mary was like, do you want to work until the day you die? No, right? So she's like, yes, you want to definitely watch that video. And Dale made over $100,000 and retired himself. Here's the thing, guys. The less expenses you have, the faster you can retire. Did y'all get that? The less expenses you have, the faster you can retire yourself. So let me see. I'm gonna walk you guys through this. How many of you want to retire? Put yes in the chat. How many of you want to retire? Since I just talked about Dale here. How many of you want to retire? Right? So what do I do with that marker? Oh, here we go. So in order for you to retire, right, you need to know what your expenses are, right? So because when you want to retire smart, all right? You want to retire smart. There we go. This is board. You want to retire smart. And how do you retire smart? All right. Okay, let me see. Oh, I got to turn this around so you guys can see it. Hold up. All right. First things first is can y'all see it? All right, expenses. You want to know what your expenses are, right? So you're going to take your expenses. Oh, I wrote that backwards. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a minute. Don't go nowhere. Hold up. Wait a minute. You want to take your revenue. Damn. Did I even spell that right? I don't even know. But it don't even matter. All right, you want to take your revenue minus your expenses, right? Minus your expenses. And when you have that, right, that tells you your freedom number, right? And remember what I said. The lower your expenses, the faster you can get to retirement, right? Some people think that you got to have $1 million to retire or things like that, but you don't. You just have to have more income coming in than expenses. And you also want to have a cushion, right? What I mean when I say a cushion, basically, you want to have an emergency fund. And what's an emergency fund? An emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your living expenses, right? And some people go as far as even 1 year, right? And I want to get a screenshot of this. You want to have your emergency fund. Oh, this thing's strong. Oof. You want to have an emergency fund that is going to be 3 to 6 months of your living expenses, right? Or better yet, a year. Easier formula. Just make more than you can spend. Same thing, Kim. Make more than you can spend. But see, some people, they get excited and they just want to make money. And so they just start spending. And thinking like, oh, I just make all this money, so I can just keep on spending and don't ever look at their bank accounts. And I get that. Like, you're making so much money is coming in. Like, I don't gotta look at my bank account, but you always want to know how much money you have. But it's a difference of looking at your bank account because you trying to figure out if you can afford to do something. And it's a different thing of knowing the money is there, right? And so that's why inside your emergency fund, you want to definitely make sure you have something called High Digits Achiever. Thank you for the follow. You want to have a miscellaneous fund, right? Miscellaneous is for those things that just may pop up that's not in your regular budget, right? And so when you have your regular budget, you want to have other things that you need. And that's why it's so important to have a business where you're getting 100% profit with your done for you business. Just sent $9,000 for wife to spend in the Philippines. Yes, Kim. Yes, there you go. That's freedom, y'all. That is freedom. You can send $9,000 to your wife so she can enjoy herself in the Philippines. Thanks to DGC. If you guys don't know, DGC is our digital growth community, which is the business I'm telling you guys about, right? And so again, know what that number is for you, right? And so in our program, what we realized and what we found out is for most people, if they could make an extra $10,000 a month, right? Extra $10,000 a month, that extra $10,000. Thank you, Simon. If you still here, thank you so much for asking me about my camera, because this is so much better to do it this way. But let me see. Yes. Okay, so YouTube. Okay, all right. You want to make sure that you can make $10,000 a month, right? And how do you make $10,000 a month? All you need is 12 customers, right? 12 customers a month. 12 customers a month will actually give you $10,800, right? So think about this. If you could have an extra $10,000 a month, what would that do for you? What would that do for your income, right? Your household. I did not mean to delete it, but I deleted it anyway. What would that do for you, right? If you could change your life. Are you using green screen? No. Mm-mm. Does it look like a green screen? Just curious. But no, I'm not using green screen. But yeah, so 10 customers, 12 customers will net you $10,000 in a month, right? And how is that? Because you get 100% profit. And so that means as soon as you have your first customer, you are in profit mode. Yes. And that's why it's so important to have 100% profit, is because your background is so clear. Oh, thank you. Oh, yeah, that's just the wall. Yeah. Oh, thank you for recognizing that. You anyway. Wendy, how you doing, Wendy? Let me see. Wait a minute. Pin. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for the love. Also, thank you guys for getting those likes up, and definitely be sure to share the live because people need to know there is a way out. And like I was saying earlier, people think that they have to make like millions of dollars in order to, quit their jobs. But no, the main thing you want to do is at least get out of debt. I would say that at least get out of debt. Get out of debt as fast as possible. Now you have some people that tell you, well, you want to work 1,001 jobs, only eat beans and rice to quit your job, to get out of debt. No, you don't want to hustle and grind. You know why? Let me tell you this story about what happened. So there's this young lady that was married, young married family, right? And thank God for them, they had life insurance, but they had a lot of debt. There was a newly married couple, but they had a lot of debt. And her husband was working his fingers to the bone to make sure that they could get out of debt, right? And unfortunately, while he was hustling and grinding like that, he wound up passing away, right? He was working so hard, and she barely got to spend time with her husband because he was trying so hard to get them out of debt. And so although she was, very obviously sad and heartbroken that her husband was gone, she was safe in the fact that he left a life insurance policy behind to take care of her. So he was able to pay off all the debts. But here's the thing. If you hustle and grinding so hard that you are not living life, that is not a way to live. Because here's the thing. That debt is not going anywhere, right? Unless you pay it. But don't risk your life to pay a debt that you can get out of. And some people, frown upon filing bankruptcy. I filed bankruptcy, unfortunately, a few times because things happen, right? Life happens, things get in the way. And do I feel guilty or bad about that I filed bankruptcy? Absolutely not. There is no guilt at all that I feel about filing bankruptcy because I needed the help. I was drowning in debt, trying so hard to pay these bills off, right? Trying to make it. And how many of you have had jobs, lost your job, and living off of credit cards and that trying to find a job, right? And all that stuff adds up, right? And then the interest is out of this world. So you're like robbing Peter to pay Paul and living that crazy life. And so no, bankruptcy gave me a fresh start. But here's the thing, what it didn't do. It didn't get rid of my student loans, right? How many of you got student loans today? Put student in the chat. How many of you have student loans? And it is so hard having student loans and having children as well, which is why for me, it was so important to have a business where I earn 100% profit. He had the wrong life insurance advice. You can use it while you live when having the right plan. Yeah. But he's dead and gone now, Kim. So Uncle Sam paid for my college. I know that's right. Good for you. I'm going to call you Sam. Good for you, Kim. But a lot of us don't have that privilege, Kim, that Uncle Sam would pay for our college, right? And so here's the thing with student loans. That interest is still going to keep on accruing, right? And it's like you have to pay that thing in full. You can pay on the interest all you want, but it's like unless you're making a lump sum payment, making those monthly payments does not even put a dent in your payments. And you can be paying that thing for years and years and years, right? But anyway, yeah, so you want to have a fresh start. So the best thing, especially if you're on jobs that you really don't love, I'm telling you, sell whatever you don't need. If you can find a way to sell what you don't need, sell it, invest in yourself, get into a business that is going to show you a proven plan that you can become a self-made millionaire, selling products that you're going to get 100% profit on, and work this plan to get 100% profit. Yes. So you can become a self-made millionaire in 3 years' time. Commit to 3 years, guys. Just like your job. Think of it as like a part-time job, right? So you can eventually leave your full-time job. Now I'm doing deadly squat with that degree. I make more with my license with DGC. Isn't that something? Right. You get those, you pay all that money for college. For those of us that paid money for college, Kim. You pay all that money to go to school, and then you get out of school, and before you realize it, it's like, wait a minute, I'm not even working in my field. And thank goodness I realized that before I accumulated even more debt, with my student loans. But yes, I was trying to work out a payment arrangement with them. They was like, nope, we want every penny in full plus interest, right? But we ain't here to talk about my student loans. We're here to talk about how you can get your freedom back, how you can get into this program where you can earn 100% profit from a done-for-you digital business, right? And guess what? I'm gonna break it down real simple. I know I've been saying it all through here, but the number one thing is marketing a product where you get 100%, right? And that is a digital product. Digital product. Why digital? Because you can sell it instantly. You can sell one thing over and over and over again, never having to do it again. Ooh, stink. And number two, 100% profit. Right. And do you guys realize that most network marketing companies don't give 100% profit? You get like 10% profit. Even if you have a business, a brick and mortar business, and you are selling other people's products, you don't get 100% profit off of that because you got to pay for all the different fees and the manufacturing and all the different expenses. But digital products, I got to pick another marker. Digital products is the best way that you can get your time back. How much time I got? Okay, don't have much time left. All right, because I got to get ready, y'all. All right, and number three, automated so your business works 24/7, so you don't have to. Take a screenshot of that, right? If your business is working for you 24/7, so you don't have to, that means you have more time to live your life. You have more time. You look so much better on iPad. Oh, thank you. All right. He said, duh. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with StreamYard because on my computer, I'm using StreamYard for YouTube and Facebook, and it does look crazy different. I don't know why. Like even looking at my phone on TikTok, it looks different because I have my other TikTok account so I can see the screen. This is a lot better. And so here's the thing. Remember I told you guys that my number one selling program is $900, right? So this is what I want you guys to see. So we have a 900, 600, a 300, and a 100, right? Dollar program. So here's the thing. If the goal is to make 10K monthly, all right, I want you guys to understand that if you want to make 10K monthly, you have 4 programs. Let me go that way. No, this way. You have 4 programs to choose from, right? So the number one program is going to give you four income streams. This one's going to give you 3. This one is going to give you 2, and this one's going to give you 1 stream of income, right? So these are going to give you 4 different streams of income. And Dennis, thank you for the heart me. Yes, thank you. And so I got to make sure I'm off here less than 2 hours, but with the 1 hour 42-minute mark. Okay. And so if your goal is to make 10K monthly, let's say your goal is to make 10K monthly, right? And here's the thing, you want to do this consistently. Once you learn the skills to make 10K monthly and you increase your skills, so then you want to learn to do it weekly, then daily, right? So just know this is just the starting point, right? And so if you have the number one selling program, all you need is 12 customers. And that will net you $10,800, right? So again, you only need 12 customers. And if you go with the $600 plan, you're going to need, I hope you guys see where I'm going with this. You're going to need 17 customers to get that same $10,800. This is what I want you to know. You're not doing different work. You're doing the exact same thing, right? No matter what level you're on, you're doing the exact same thing. And obviously, the more you invest in yourself, the more you're going to get in return, right? And so let's say you like Tasha, the income is kind of short. I don't really have a lot of money right now. I'm going to start at 300. That's perfectly fine. But here's the thing. If you start at $300 level, you're going to need 34 customers in order to make $10,800, right? 34 customers. And remember, everybody is doing the exact same thing. And last but not least, if you say, you know what, Tasha, I'm just going to try it out. I'm kind of new at this digital marketing thing. I'm still even trying to figure out what digital marketing is. So I'm just going to start, where it's safe. I'm going to start at the 100, right? So you're going to need 100 customers in order to get $10,000, right? And so thank you again for the heart, Dennis. Thank you so much. You got the number 2 and number 3 get the badge at the same time. And number 1, thank you so much. Thank you for the roses. I greatly appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. And again, I'm still learning and growing, right? So thank you guys for the support. I really, really appreciate it. And I do take constructive criticism. So if anything I can do better, please let me know in the chat. And I will make sure that I improve upon that 1000%. And so there you go, right? So you get to choose. But this is what I want you to know. If you're in the USA, I have an installment plan, right? And this is what I learned from my customers, right? Because when I got into this business, there was no installment plan. I had to pay the money up front. There was no installment plan for me. I wish there was, but there wasn't. And it's okay because I found the solution and I made it work and I'm here today. So you can do the same thing. But here's the thing. My number 1 selling program is $900. With the $900 plan, what you get with this is you get weekly live coaching. What the heck? LIVE. You get weekly live coaching, right? You get weekly live coaching with that. Why? Because when you invest in yourself, others invest in you. And you definitely want to do that, right? Because again, it's something new that you're learning and you want to start the right way. And the right way and the best way is $900. Now, let's say you say, Tasha, I don't think I'm going to have that. I'm going to start here at the Launchpad level just to kind of learn how to launch a business. But here's why I encourage you to start the $900 level, because I offer an installment plan. If you're in the USA, let me tell you what my customers have done. What they have done is I offer different installment plans. They have got the installment plan and they actually paid, what do y'all see this? $89. $89 down, right? What? $89 for their program and for their website. $89. So that means you can literally get the $100 system. I want y'all to get this. And I'm telling you, I want you to get this because I grew up very, very poor. I grew up learning how to, be resourceful, right? And so this plan that I'm going to show you is showing you how to be resourceful. I want you guys to get this. So please lean in, pay attention, right? All right, hold up. I want you to get a screenshot of this. I want you to get I'm going to take myself to the screen so you can see this. $89, right? $89 for the $100 plan. So you can totally come in, get this plan. And here's the thing. When you sell your $900 program, guess what? That's 100% profit in your pocket. Do you guys get that? That is 100% profit in your pocket. So you can take that, right? Take that money. And now what you're going to do, instead of paying that monthly payment, you're going to go ahead and pay that off, right? And now you're in full 100% profit mode. Do you guys get that? I think people underestimate the power of installment plans. Even if you have it, listen, I don't want your money. What I want you to do, excellent presentation. Keep doing what you're doing. See you later. Stay blessed. Thank you, Dennis, for dropping by. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Stay blessed as well. But I want you to get this, right? Because times are changing. Things are going up. Gosh. Gas is going up. Eggs are going up. Prices are going up. Groceries are just going up, right? Going sky high. And so even if you have the 900, I recommend try the installment plan because you want the business to pay for the business. You want to think like an entrepreneur and not like an employee, right? And so the best way that I found to do this is to follow. Shout out to my customers for recognizing. That was like, Tasha, do you know that I can get an installment plan with no money down and get this whole program for $100? Instead of paying $100, I pay $89. I'm like, genius. I said, I'm going to make sure that I tell my future customers, you can do the same thing, right? You can do the same thing. So don't let the money be the reason that you don't invest in yourself. Because here's the thing. If money is the reason that you will not invest in yourself today, it is always going to be the reason unless you do something to change it. How many of you are ready to change? Put change in the chat. If you are ready to change your life, put change in the chat. Let me know who I'm talking to. Put change in the chat if you are ready to change your life. Because here's the thing. It is almost May, guys. Summer is going to be here so soon. Do you want to have the same summer you had last year? Do you want to just keep doing free activities, or do you want to give your family a summer they would never forget? I know I do. Because I'm going to be gone for 26 days. I know my family's going to be like, all right, mama, you got to make it up to us. You got to make it up to us, which I will, right? Which I will. So again, guys, here's the plan, right? 100% profit from a done for you digital business. You don't have to create it. It is already done for you, right? Already done for you. And I highly recommend to start at the $100 level. Why? Because you have 4 streams of income, and you guys already know 4 is better than 1 any day, any given Sunday. 4 is better than 1, especially when it comes to increasing the money in your household. So let's do a recap, and I'm about to get out of here. Let's do a recap. The recap is this, guys, is that if you want to leave your job, make 100% profit, and be more present in your life and your kids' life, you want to be able to decrease your expenses, increase your revenue. That means increase your money coming in, right? And then have a 3 to 6 months or even a year emergency fund. That's all your expenses covered in a separate bank account, right? And then once you have all of that done, and while you're doing this, right? No, this is the end goal. The end goal is decrease your expenses, increase your revenue at the same exact time, right? Have your emergency fund set up. And the way you're going to be able to do that and pay off all of your debts is having your done for you business, your $100 plan, right? Where you make 100% profit. And again, guys, even if you got to put on a credit card or whatever, would it be nice to do 100? If you can do it, yes, do it. But don't do it if it's a struggle for you, right? Don't do it. Like, do the installment plan first. Try that first. And then if you don't get approved for the installment plan, then go ahead and pick the one that works best for your budget, right? But do know this. Don't just buy the plan and put it to the side and don't do anything. Get to work. Remember the 3 C's I talked about, right? Be committed, be coachable, be consistent, right? When you do all 3 of those things, then you're on that path of that 3-year self-made millionaire status. Like, let that be the goal, right? And to know that that goal is going to give you the 2 things that you want most out of life: time and money, right? Because I've always had either one or the other, never at the same time. So my goal for me is to have both at the same time. How many of you would like that at the same time? Put 2 in the chat. Put 2 in the chat if you also want time and money at the same time, not to choose. Because I know I got sick and tired of having to choose between going to work and being home with my family, right? I got sick and tired of choosing that. And I don't want to choose anymore, right? And so the way to do that is to have a plan that you're going to follow. So stick with that, right? Stick with that plan and know that you deserve this. Know that you are worthy of this, right? You don't have to hustle and grind every day. You don't have to sit there and do Uber and Lyft and have strangers in your car, right? Yeah, you may meet some nice people, but some people are not so nice, right? And you're still trading time for dollars. No, don't trade time for dollars anymore, right? Don't do that anymore. Do something different. Do something different with your life. Because here's the thing. If you want a different life, you have to make different choices. And I know that it can be scary. Hey, Sarah, I know it can be scary. I know you may have fear about, what if I can even do this? Hey, Tasha! I'm literally hearing you in my head saying, Tasha, what's up, Sarah? But literally, guys, I want you to believe in yourself. And if you're having a hard time believing that you can do this, borrow some of my belief, right? Are you going in September? Yes, I will be there in September. Will you? Also, are you going to be there next month? Clarity. I'm going to be there. Can't wait to see you. Yes. May in the house. You know, the May group is going to be nice. Just September. That you saying yes, she's going to May too. It's okay. Well, I'll see you in September, girl. Yes. But guys, I get it, right? You may be afraid, can I really do this? And that's perfectly normal. That means you are human to wonder if you can do this. Thank you for the heart, me. Yes. Thank you for the gift. Thank you for the gift. I love the TikTok got some nice things like that, right? And I'm probably YouTube probably try to do that later on, but I love that. I didn't know what it was at first. When I first started doing TikTok, I had no idea. I'm like, what's all this going on? Then I had somebody jump on my live and it was like a duet. I was like, what? I had to get off. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. Oh my goodness, Sarah, you just reached. Hold on, let me celebrate you. Add sticker. Wonder how that goes. Girl, you just got, that's the first time I've seen that. You just reached member level 2 on the team. Congratulations, Sarah. And see, I probably missed that before. Listen, I'm still living this whole TikTok stuff, all these things that I have on here. Girl, thank you so much. And congratulations to you. Yes, woohoo! Now I got to go look and see what that team thing is all about. Because I really don't be on here like that. I come in here and I do my content and I roll the heck out because I'm like, I got things to do. Sister girl be busy, right? And I'm gonna have to do that next time. Have another picture. But you know what? I had so much fun with you guys today. I definitely gonna see if I can go live again later on just to talk to you guys. Just to oh my goodness, Sarah, thank you for sharing the live. Don't have me crying on here this morning. Thank you so much. Woo, boy, oh boy. As a matter of fact, for those of you that's on the live right now, thank you, Ms. Anna. Thank you so much. Put a 1 in the chat. If this is your first time seeing me, put a 1 in the chat because DGC family. Don't ask me why I just did that. But put a 1 in the chat. If this is your first time on my live, your first time being introduced to me, put 1 in the chat. I'm just curious. I'm just curious of like who's in the room right now, who definitely been seeing me for the first time. And a couple said I came across their FYP. It was awesome. I'm so glad I came across your FYP. 1. Hey, I'm the girl with Kathy. Thank you for the lightning. Wow. Yes. Thank you for the lightning bolt. I hope I was engaging, entertaining, informative, edutaining for you. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you. Hey. So, man, listen, I forgot how much I really enjoyed this. Oh my goodness. Girl, you too. Yes, thank you guys for being here and for the support. I appreciate that so much. Y'all just don't know. When I first got on here, I didn't like it. You know why I didn't like it? Because I like to communicate back and forth. You're an awesome friend. Oh, thank you. And I didn't know how to read comments, so I felt like I was talking to myself. Because I'd be talking, didn't even know how to do this. But I can tell you guys, it's one live I will never, ever forget. You know why? Because I was on that live for 5 hours. 5 hours and did not feel like it. And while I was on there for 5 hours, people was coming in, going out. People had different things to do, but people were engaging. They were asking me questions. They was answering my questions. And I just wanted to make sure that I helped everybody that was on the call. I say on the call. On the live, because I want you to get what you came for, right? And I want you to really have a different perspective on how life can be, and that if we just make a small pivot, a small shift in perspective, that life can be so different. I'm telling you guys, everything that I'm living right now and more was a thought first. I'm telling you, like, I'm gonna take the time and share with you guys the experience of how I even found out about this 26-day bike ride. What time do you go live? I'm breaking out of Shell to go live. Girl, I go to live 6:30 a.m., right? But that's going to probably change. So I'm going on this 26-day bike ride, and I don't know what the schedule is going to be like. If I can go live at 6:30 a.m., I don't know. But hopefully you'll follow me. I think you'll follow me. You'll know when I'm going live. But Sarah, girl, I got you. If you got people to go live, guess what? If it makes you comfortable, I will go live with you. How about that? I will go live with you. So just shoot me an email or just comment, reach out to me in the community and I will help you out. Girl, I got you. It is okay. And I have done it before. It doesn't matter, girl. I got you. It is okay. And so for those of you that are new to me, if you have not already gone to get your blueprint, what do I do with it? If you haven't already gone to get your blueprint, please. I went live yesterday for a mukbang. Well, girl, you already know how to go live then. Breaking out your show. Yes, you do it. I do better when. Thank you for the cap. They did go away so fast. I was loving that cap. That was so slick. I do better when I have food in front of me. Oh, girl, do your food thing. Well, you don't need me to go on live with you if you're already doing the mukbang thing. That is so cool that people do that, though. That is so cool. I got 158. All right, I'm at the shop. I'll get off of here. But anyway, make sure you guys get your blueprint. Discover how to earn 100% profit from a done-for-you digital business. All the info is there. If you have any questions, please email me. Email me and I'll respond to the email. Go ahead with the lightning bolt. Thank you so much. Anybody else want to throw some gifts before I get out of here? Because I got less than 2 minutes before I can get off of here because I'm using this program at the 2 hours it won't record my videos. So I'm going to need this thing to be recorded because there was some great content in here that I'm going to push back out to you guys. Thank you, Sarah. Look at Sarah. Go ahead, girl. Sarah, thank you so much. All right, YouTube, Facebook, I'm out of here.